like that same character. Which don't get me wrong, I love it and I'm good with that. But I feel like back in the day, like the Super Nintendo had so many damn games, just so many in the Sega Genesis,
That is true. Yes.
and we can name like multiple bangers, like multiple.
It had a
But
big ass library.
it had a big ass library, and it all wasn't from like the same series. And we wish some of them just didn't continue, but was good. But
So is it more that you think now, like nowadays, basically that they are that way? Like, for instance, the Nintendo Switch. Like, do you have a complaint about that, or?
not complaining, but like I could just name in smaller amounts like games that I think are bangers to me on the Switch than what I could like on the SNES or PlayStation or Sega Genesis.
Okay, Wally, I'm drunken on gummies, but let's take the time to do this, okay? So, if you were to think about it, when you say like Sega Genesis, would it be safe to say is Sega Genesis like a system where it has more bangers to you than the Switch has, for instance? Is that like a safe assumption? Okay, so we could probably think about, a ton of the bangers, at least that come to my mind, would be like, of course, pretty much every Sonic game, but at least Sonic 3 and Knuckles. So that was probably like the pinnacle, in my opinion. Earthworm Jim, Vector Man, Tiny Toons Acme All-Stars, Mutant League Hockey, Pigskin Football, fucking Echo the Dolphin.
Yeah.
Fucking Jurassic Park. That shit. What else?
Mortal Kombat.
Man, I kind of forget that Mortal Kombat. Yeah, Mortal Kombat was like best on Sega Genesis at that era.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Mortal Kombat. So then, if we take the Switch, the bangers. So I personally think Splatoon 3 is one, but you may not. But let's see. So obviously the new Zelda games, right? Like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Does that count, or does that go against what you were saying, where it's like the same characters or whatever?
Yeah.
So you don't like that it's like the same characters, or they had new characters, kind of.
I'm not saying like I don't like it, but I just wish it was more variety these days, like it was back in the day. And I'm not saying there's no variety. It was just more back then.
I feel like Super Mario Odyssey was a good game. Like, I think by all counts, it could be considered like a really great game. But God, did I not play it enough for how good it was? Like, I did abandon it soon. Whereas Sega Genesis, that might just be because I'm an adult, but like Sega Genesis, I'd play a game to like 100,000% completion.
Yeah, and same here. Like back in the day, I could like play the game over and over for hours. This day and time, I'm like, okay, let me just get it over with. I want to play it and the end. You know what I mean?
Shit. I'm trying to think, like, the Nintendo Switch has, like, bangers, and some of them I consider smaller. Like,
definitely.
new Pokemon Snap is actually, like, extremely fun and everything, but it's sort of on a small scale.
Animal Crossing.
Yeah, that was really fucking good. So that was, like, a top, probably 3 bangers.
Yeah. Mario Kart, to me, is...
The only thing I don't like about it is probably the obvious, right? Which is that it was a Wii U game. So, like... sometimes...
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I get bothered by that sometimes, and it's weird, because, like, where do you draw the line? It's just, like, the problem is that, like, Mario Kart 8, I spent, like, how much money? 50, 60 bucks or whatever to get it on Wii U? And it was, like, just because, like, shouldn't I be rewarded? Like, I was a Wii U adopter, Like, I bought the game day one and all this shit. And the system day one, like, and then they're just like, well, the console didn't do so well, so let's just package it for the Switch. It's like, basically it was the same game at that time. I think it had, like, battle mode added to it or whatever. Something was added to it, balloons. But anyway, then they made all this DLC, so now it's like, you know, vastly different, but yeah. So that kind of pisses me off. All these HD. That was like all the Direct was last time, except for the Peach and the Splatoon well, that was DLC. It's like all it was just fucking games being like reported in HD remaster.
Yeah.
And that's great for people that just never played it or whatever, or of a different generation maybe, I don't know, but for me, I'm going broke, god damn it. I get fucked in my ass. I can't keep spending all this goddamn money. God, as I just spent like $60 on Pokemon cards today because a new set came out. They're the new set called 151 that came out today, and it's like all about the original 151 Pokemon. The best Pokemon. Jeez, that was cutthroat. So yeah, I guess what you're saying, it probably is mostly aligned with me. You know, I don't know what they're gonna do, because it's like, I think that would really rely on third parties to adopt the Switch in a bigger way than they have.
Yeah.
For what you're desiring, unless Nintendo would make like so many more new IP. I think you're looking for new IP, I guess.
Yeah.
And like so many bangers. The Switch has been out for a long time now, man.
It has. When do you
2000.
suspect?
It was
2017,
2017. Right? That's when it came out. I got mine on midnight launch or whatever.
Me too.
I think I was like 10th or 11th in line that time. But yeah.
And I jumped right on Breath of the Wild.
You probably heard the news, but they keep calling it Switch 2, and I don't know why. It's just like what everybody wants to call, you know, the next thing.
Yeah.
I think they know it's not going to be called that. They're just codenaming it Switch 2. And to me, like, that's just a little bit whack. Like, we don't know. It seems to be, if you believe, like, the rumor mill, that it would be, I guess this is a spoiler alert, but it's like, they are saying it'll be like kind of like a Switch, but that has like a camera for, you know how like Pokemon Go can do like AR and stuff. Like I think the Switch 2 quote unquote is gonna have like a camera type feature to it. But yeah, like they're saying that it'll still have the cartridges. They just won't be the same size as the Switch cartridges are. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it'll be like a new format. And that's a little bit ass unless they have like the old cartridge slot as well, like when the 3DS did that.
Yeah.
So if you remember, the 3DS allowed you to put Game Boy Advance games in as well.
Yeah.
So like you could play a ton of shit on 3DS. So yeah, that's a little bit ass. Like Nintendo, I don't know, man. They used to be the kings of backwards compatibility and stuff, but now I just feel like it's all about trying to sell their subscription and stuff. Make you download everything again.
I hope they come out like, what's the series like from back in the day that you would like to see come back?
I don't know if it's back in the day, but I think the Switch needs a Star Fox game that would be like true online multiplayer. I would love fucking to do that, dude. You and me on missions in Star Fox, that would be incredible.
Yeah.
But that's not really a back in the day thing. That's like, you know, they had some Wii U Star Fox games.
Yeah. But it's okay, like, if they had multiple games, and that's fine, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Star Fox usually don't have too many multiple games within the same system.
Yeah.
But,
like, Splatoon 2 was a Switch game, and then they had Splatoon 3 on the Switch.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy.
I think Splatoon 1 is more of a banger to me. It's just I have more memories with it.
Oh my god, I got first! What?!
You got first!
I was completely droning. I was not paying attention at all, and I got first. Oh my god.
Hey, Inkling
Yes.
Girl. Speaking of Splatoon.
Fucking woo me, yes. Woo me your asses, everybody. Hey.